Two political ideologies definitely rule the world: capitalism and communism. But if these two rule the world, why are they so different and ever more critical? Why does only one works and the other one has only brought poorness and misery to the world? I'm obviously talking about communism. My name is Dael Valdez, and I will explain to you why communism is a whole failure. Communism is the ideal way of governing for some, but the fear of many. Karl Marx is known as the pioneer of the communism. In 1848, his book The Communist Manifesto was published, creating a whole new political ideology. In simple terms, this system is that individual people do not own land, factories, or the right to have their own business. But if people don't have the right to own any of those things, who does? Obviously the government. The government owns those things, and after this, everybody are supposed to share their wealth with everybody. This may sound as the perfect way of government. Why? Because if everybody shared their goods, then there's not gonna be hungerness or poorness, right? Well, the dictator Joseph Stalin thought this way. In 1917, he created for the first time a communist party who actually ruled a country. This country was the Soviet Union. But what were the consequences for this decision? 3.7 million of the Soviet Union citizens were forced to work at the labor camps. And because many didn't want to, 800,000 were shot. Yes, they were killed. Stalin also used shortage of food just to affect some areas. And because of this, about 15 million people died of hungerness. Also, people were not free to believe whatever they want. If people didn't believe in communism, they were treated as if they had a mental illness. And after this, they were sent to concentration camps. The Communist Party of the Soviet Union also believed in supremacy, race supremacy over another. People were sent for the ethnicity groups where they originally belonged, where 1 out of 10 died because of the horrible condition they were living through. Fortunately, in 1991, the Communist Soviet Union collapsed. The collapse of the Soviet Union only proves one thing to the whole world: communism does not work. But if this it's already proven, what's going on with communism right now? In today's days, 5 countries identify themselves as communism: North Korea, Laos, Vietnam, Cuba, and China. The fact many countries do not identify themselves as actual socialist countries, this doesn't mean they don't have politics in socialism basis. For example, Argentina does not identify itself as a socialist country, but because of some of the socialist policies it has, right now it has an inflation of the 50%. Or we can also talk about Nicaragua. Nicaragua has been under the Socialist Party for over 15 years. Years in where even the United Nations had accused the police, the military, and the government itself for human rights violations. When a country follows the communism ideology, only one thing is assured: misery.